Oh, you're back.
Okay, so it looks like it is started. It said end stream, so let me check the if anyone watching the show can let us know if you can see or hear us. We've had a couple of technical issues by the look of it. I'm just checking the live stream. Yep, we are live.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
We had no intro, nothing. Sick shorty, boy. Wow. We can see and hear you. Hashtag shirt. Yes, I'm being a shill. I'm representing. I've got my DayZ Frostline Survival Camp shirt on, folks. If I was going to wear it for any episode, it had to be this one. But let's typical friendly. The friendly guys do another DayZ podcast, and we've got this love-hate relationship with each other where we love to hate on each other. And I think I've even got it somewhere now. They've given us the title. We're the number one live streamed DayZ podcast, whereas they're the number one recorded DayZ podcast. It's good banter, typical from a rookie. Exactly what I would expect from those guys. But yeah, welcome everyone. Farrell, how you doing?
Doing great.
Your short was well received by everyone that I put up last week with too much rug. And before we started, folks, our guest today, Luce, is here, dropped one on us. That was of a similar sort of ilk. So you can expect an R-rated show again today, folks. In fact, to give you a idea of what the joke was, I had the screen set up like this, and she made a very inappropriate comment about girls being on top that I was just both
find it inappropriate.
I was shocked
like
and
me.
appalled. I was shocked and appalled that she would say something like that. Me being such a good little Christian boy, just absolutely terrible. But it is great to have you here, Luce. It's a pity that our other two co-hosts aren't here. That being Cobra and that other guy, that ugly guy. I can't remember his name. King Dick or whatever, I don't know. But he's actually the one who recommended us to get in contact with you, King Alex, of course, because you're fairly new to the DayZ scene.
I am very new. I feel like a little baby, a freshie, if you will. But yeah. No, we've been, I think we've been around for just over a year now. So we've kind of made a little bit of a dent into the scene, but yeah, still fairly fresh.
And had you heard of DayZ before, or completely new to gaming, or completely new to this genre? What were you playing before?
So I did a lot of gaming growing up. And I think, so I was on PS2 growing up, playing Harry Potter, GTA San Andreas, all of the really good ones. Mm-hmm. But essentially kind of stopped over the years, kind of got to being a teenager, going to university, life just got in the way, got a bit busy.
Yep.
But then the magic of social media came along, essentially. So I think I came in with that kind of influx of people in 2023 that came over when DayZ was kind of getting a bit of traction on TikTok, really. So I had the likes of Mr. Gibbon, Ash IV, Bosch Merchant. The three of them were just all over my FYP at the time. And I was like, what is this game? I had never heard of it in my life. And I thought, DayZ, why is it named after a flower for a start? I was like, what? What's it called this? Anyway, so made my way over to Twitch eventually. And just kind of started watching from there and just got the itch.
It's an amazing game, isn't it? Like when people there's a few more out there like it now. But back in 2012, 2013, when DayZ first went really viral, when Dean Hall created it and that, it was kind of groundbreaking because it was just this game where there was no end game. And no one had really tried anything like it. Minecraft is a bit the same, but even Minecraft does have an end game, the Ender Dragon and all the rest of it. I hope I got that name right, or otherwise I'm going to lose my gamer cred. What little I have. But it does have something. Whereas DayZ, barring a couple of the custom maps, which have got things, like Namolsk with the getting to it to the end and all the rest of it. But even then, that's still not really an end game. The same as with Minecraft, you defeat the Ender Dragon. That's not really the end of it per se. It's a goal. But DayZ being this uber realistic style game, it blew people away. And there's people who look at it and go, well, "What's the point?" Why would I want to play that? Some people like to have that goal to work towards, whereas to other people, it's like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. I can just do whatever the fuck I want. Is that what kind of appealed to you, Luce?
Yeah, I think so, because like I say, I was playing San Andreas is like one of the games that sticks in my mind. And all I used to do on that game, like I had completed the game itself, I would just then roll around in the world of San Andreas, just rolling around, exploring the map, trying to find like unique spots and things like that. And just playing it for hours on end. So I think I had always wanted and envisioned this game where I could just explore like for hours on end, and always loved the idea of like players being there as well that you could like interact with and get involved with. So yeah, when I found DayZ, it was like, this is literally what I've been dreaming of for the longest time. Where has it been all my life? So yeah, that kind of, the fact that each adventure is so different every time you end up on the coast again, and then you go back in, and each life is completely different. That's what I love about it. It's, no two lives are the same, are they?
All depends on who you run into and how.
Yeah.
I'm being roasted in the chat. They keep talking about the leak of an item that maybe it's true, but I don't know. I haven't seen any leaks about this item, and I do like Archie's comment. That's what someone in the know would say. As I said, I don't know anything about them, and I'm not going to be talking about them because I've got to go a bit off topic here, but I am reluctant to talk about anything because I know there are people, and there goes my camera, who want to watch or find this stuff out for themselves. I'm going to try to be as respectful of that as possible for people, so that they don't have anything ruined. But but it's a crazy game, especially for you girls, because anything can happen. What sort of experiences have you had so far? I know Ferrell's had some interesting ones. What about you, Luce?
I mean, I've had all sorts. I've had people singing at me. I've had people, sacrificing themselves in front of me. I've had someone jump off a building in front of me because it was my birthday and they didn't want to kill me anymore. They were like, I can't do this. It's my I'm so sorry. It's your birthday. And then just jumped off a building. And I was like, sorry. So I think there's been a whole host of like interactions that you kind of have. Obviously you have the very stereotypical kind of ones where you don't last very long as well, but I think that's kind of the beauty of it. So many different things that can happen.
What sort of play style do you generally have? Bandit, or are you a PvPer, or more into the role play side of it, or?
So I think I'm still trying to find that myself, actually. At the minute I kind of roll with how I'm feeling on that day, and I quite like that because it varies. So some days I feel really social and I just want to go up and speak to people and I'll go and interact with them. I'd say I'm primarily like interaction based and will always try and kind of talk to people first. But then some days, I do have a bit of a nickname, Leg Breaker Loose, where I kind of go around and with my shotgun and try and break a few legs here and there. So it depends how I feel on the day.
It's important to mix it up, isn't it, Ferrell? Because if you just play the same style over and over and over again, you can get bored. Whereas having a bit of variety does help keep the game fresh and interesting for you, doesn't it?
I think that's the best thing about DayZ is you can just do what you feel on the day. I really like to steal Freshie's shoes and then hold them in front of them and just back away slowly as they chase you. And that's one of my favorite games to play.
Oh, it was you! I knew it!
I'm expecting to see lots of people probably going, that was me! Yeah.
Now, Archie's written something interesting in there, Luce. Do you find it easy, because you do have a nice accent, do you find it easy to get players to trust you?
I wouldn't call my accent very nice, to be honest. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I have used it to worm my way out of a few sticky situations, or maybe to my advantage, maybe. So I'm thinking of one particular incident where I was in a house and I was having a shootout with someone. And then they started trying to nade me. I was looking after, and I had blood poisoning at the time, so I was grunting. And they were saying, "Oh, you sound a bit sick there, mate." And I was like, "Don't suppose you've got any charcoal tabs on you, have you?" And then they just switched, and he was like, "Actually, I think I might do, actually." And at that point, I was leaning out the window and just headshot him. I was like, "Yep, I'll take them. Thank you very much." So you can use it to your advantage, but yeah.
How does your chat react to things like that, though? Because I've seen some creators when, Archie, who's in chat, is one of the most notorious trolls in the game. I don't know if you've ever watched any of his old videos, but he does terrible, horrible things to people deliberately. To basically, one of his best ones was Troll Soup, and he would keep on giving players petrol to drink. And he'll do things like knock them off the top of a building. Some of his best videos, he even had a video banned because they thought he was showing a cheat, but all he was doing was getting people to kill themselves by telling them that he had a cheat that unlocked God mode, but you had to F11, and as you're about to stab yourself, you have to press some key or something. And he literally sat there for, I think, like a 15 or 20-minute video watching all these idiots who were prepared to cheat to get an advantage F11 in front of him. And he's just laughing. But have you had any sorts of things like that with the banditry and having fun with them?
No. Do you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, there's so many items in DayZ, and I feel like I'm still kind of, obviously I'm only a year in, so very new to it all. But I've realized that one of the things I don't do is utilize items enough. So at the minute, I do have a bit of a bucket list, and one of them is to start putting, the bags over people's heads. That's it, burlap. That's the word I was trying to think of. So yeah, that's on my bucket list. I think I'm trying to create a list of objects that I need to make my way through, essentially. So I think I've got to the point in DayZ where, it has kind of sent me a little bit feral, and it's getting worse. It's slowly happening.
It has that effect on people. It's hard to be a decent person when you see an opportunity in DayZ and you think, "Oh, but that would be fun, wouldn't it?" That poor little Bambi over there doesn't deserve it, but he's the only one here, so it has to be him.
So, what sort of audience sizes are you getting at the moment, Luce?
So we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well for a whole year in. So we're sitting at about 2.3k over on Twitch followers wise, and then on TikTok we're at 5.5k followers, and the videos are going really well with getting thousands of views. So the algorithms seem to be liking what we're doing so far. Enjoying the carnage.
It's a good segue into one of the things when I was chatting with you in the week leading up to this was, and Feral's a bit of a whiz with the web and all the interweb and all that sort of shit as well. But we've talked of the last few weeks, a bit of a focus is coming on to how to get yourself to stand out, whether you be a server, a modder, or a content creator. And there's a lot of tools out there that you really need to be utilizing. And one of the ones that you said you've used very well to your benefit is social media. Tell us a bit about that. Obviously this has to do with your degree, I'm guessing. What was your degree in?
Yes, so I have studied media and communications. So that's everything from graphic design through to web design, through to photography, video, everything at university level, and then went on to do a master's in photography. So content creation is kind of what I'm trained in, I've studied for so long. And then since then, I've been working in marketing and have done qualifications in marketing as well. So kind of I've got that down and covered essentially. What I've been able to find is that I can use those skills to basically get ahead with my streaming, which is perfect, which is ideal, really. So yeah, social media is kind of my bread and butter, really.
So what are the main platforms you're using though to get spread awareness out there?
Primarily, it is TikTok is fantastic. I think that's kind of very well known now for reaching a large amount of people. YouTube is kind of the second best one in terms of shorts. I kind of focus on short form content primarily. And then after that, Instagram and Facebook. If it's there, I'm kind of posting on it. It's just kind of learning which ones are best for my style of content, what is well received, etc., etc.
How do you do with like Instagram? Because I really struggle to find gaming content on Instagram. Although I did have a Red Dead Redemption like picture account that got absolutely swamped.
Oh,
But
really?
for like
Wow.
PvP games, I rarely see stuff. Or only the pretty games get stuff on Instagram, I think.
Yeah. So what I've kind of found is it's primarily a lot of, like the meme, like they use the sounds and recreate like scenarios that was very popular on TikTok in the beginning. A lot of that kind of comes up on my For You page on Instagram. What's it called? The Reels.
Yeah.
That thing. I don't use that one as much, so I'm not as familiar. But the content that I have been posting out, especially recently, because they've changed the algorithm to kind of favor pushing it out to more people, they have started to pick up traction and are doing really well. So I'm guessing it's going out to more people and it's appearing on people's feeds more often. But yeah, primarily down to, I think, hashtags are your best friend when it comes to that.
I'm not great with hashtags. I got to work on that. I always just bang something into like ChatGPT, like, oh, I've got a clip. It's about this, this, and this. I need 15 hashtags. And
Oh, that's so smart. I love that.
Not smart. It's just lazy.
Efficient, not lazy. Efficient. I like that one.
And there's some pretty good tools out there. Like I imagine you probably do most of your editing yourself, but one of the podcast team, Foxy, he put me onto Opus Clips, which I use for the show. Mm-hmm. But I'm lazy as well. It enables me to quickly create some shorts. And I got 3 out last week. That were the most popular 3 that using AI sort of thing. I've still got to go in and tidy them up. Check, because it does always spell DayZ as a flower. It's a stupid AI. It still hasn't learnt that when I mentioned DayZ, it needs to be talking about DayZ, not Daisy the flower. But yeah, it's great. What are some of the pitfalls of using those that people should be aware of, though, Luce?
In terms of the
social
tools?
media, yeah.
In terms of social media itself, I think obviously you've got to be very kind of aware that it's quite addicting. So you do have to put those boundaries in place when you're using it. It's very easy to kind of get that dopamine hit off of all the likes, comments, all the engagement coming in. So putting in personal boundaries for that is definitely something I recommend, and not kind of forcing yourself too much and leading yourself to burnout. I've definitely experienced that over the past year. I kind of felt like, oh, I've got to do X amount of videos. I've got to do this week and get all of this content out, and kind of put too much pressure on myself. And it's not necessary. It's not required. You can take a step back. You can put those boundaries in place, and it's better in the long run. It's more sustainable. The content is better, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I think that's really important.
Not to get addicted, just use it as you need it.
Exactly.
It can get probably Twitter's my bad one. TikTok I struggle with because at least with Twitter, you can have a bit of a conversation, whereas TikTok just seems to be ADHD over the top, just constantly scrolling through, and that just does my head in. I like to sit down and watch
TikTok.
Even YouTube Shorts, I'm not the greatest with, but I still watch some. But yeah, TikTok, I don't even have it installed. I just use it on my computer.
But you lose like hours there, and then someone will ask you like, "Oh, what were you watching?" No idea.
The doom scrolling is real. You can get lost.
Yes. Yeah. I fall into doom tube rabbit holes where I get I love my true crime, I love my commentary sort of videos, and especially like Archie just said, not that we're going to get political, but especially during an election year, it's just absolutely crazy. Twitter's a very interesting place at the moment, with Elon basically letting it go unfiltered, which in essence I support, but in reality it just shows how unhinged the internet. It's basically like 4chan's come to life on Twitter. For those who know 4chan, that's a wild website.
Pretty rough over there,
yeah, I had someone send me a meme that pretty much summed up Twitter all in one, just with crazy conspiracy theory, Elon going pretty concerning, and then look at cute cat who cured brain cancer with his cuteness sort of posts. And the amount of DMs I get on there that I just block from people wanting to. All these lovely young sexy ladies who just want to get to know a 51-year-old ugly fucker like myself better. It's flattering.
I get people like you
Oh.
telling me that they're billionaires and can whisk me away from my terrible life. And sometimes I always think
there's way too many Dr. Diddlers out there, unfortunately. But when you're old enough to be someone's father, guys, really, really, come on. And the same goes for girls. When you're old enough to be their mother, come on, back away. But boy, he claims he. I don't know nothing. I seriously, you guys typing it in the chat, it's the first I've heard about it.
Someone send me a link on Discord. I'll have a quick look. If it looks credible,
we're not going to show it. We're not going to show it. Let people who want to find it, they can either watch the streamer who's playing it, or they can go and search online on the interwebs. But I'm not going to show it here.
Is it someone who was streaming that showed it? I didn't know that. I thought it was just a Twitter leak.
Well, there you go. But I thought I was special and was the only one getting bikini 20-year-olds sending me follows. I'm sorry to ruin it for you, Michael. I'm sorry to ruin it, but so how have you found the DayZ community in the year or so that you've been in it, Luce?
Do you know what? I never thought I would ever be part of something like this. It's phenomenal. It's blown my mind, actually. To the fact that I have logged on to servers, had runs with people for 6 hours or whatever, and have made friends for life. That now we're on Discord, we're in Discord calls, we're playing other games together. We'll go and do planned DayZ runs. It's absolutely amazing. But as well as that, kind of even down to the streaming community that I've kind of, number one, the streamers that I've come across that have been so supportive, helping me with different elements of streaming.
Shout out some of the good ones, because that's what we love to hear is the good eggs who've really helped you grow and taken you under their wing and shown you the ropes and that, because it's a tough game to learn if you don't go and watch all the videos on it first. Who are some of the good eggs who've looked after you?
So I have to give a massive shout out, first of all, to Seramore. He was the first raid I ever got. And he is the one that kind of tipped me over into that affiliate category. I was able to then monetize my stream from that, which was absolutely incredible. And then he came into my stream and was like, you need to punch these zombies better. Aim up, do this and do that. Because I was literally as fresh as they came. I did my first stream on my second time ever playing DayZ, so I did not know a thing. I was like, let's just go for it, full send. So he came in, did all of that amazing stuff, and taught me a couple of things whilst he was there. But even down to I learned a lot from the Fresh Spawns videos, as well, just close friends that I've created as well. So early on, I was playing with Citadan, goes by Butcher sometimes. He taught me a lot as well. It's Just Sunday as well. I used to run with her a lot, and we just all came together at the same time and collectively went for it and learned together. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Awesome. I have this giant fear of playing on PC because I'm in console, and you'll see the chat is filled with people hating on console now. But the guys were telling me in the Discord chat the other day that I should stream myself learning to play on PC. I would be so
do it.
I feel like I have arthritis when I play with mouse and keyboard. I can't be. It's like moving through honey. Everything is so slow.
Yeah. So I came from console as well. I literally bought my PC to learn DayZ, so I was learning mouse and keyboard at the same time as learning DayZ, which is
Oh, whoa. That is
quite
hardcore.
but yeah, it's definitely do it because it encourages people to kind of get involved with it as well. That's what I found. I found that people love to get stuck in and kind of support streamers, but not like they want to help out with how you do things in the game and kind of contribute to that. So because people want to feel like they're part of the stream, people want to feel part of a community, and what I was able to do from like literally streaming and starting DayZ at the same time was kind of create those relationships and build that community that is so supportive and so wholesome. And yeah, they help me out so much.
Do you have a little nickname for your like followers, your like people? I love when people have like random nicknames.
I've been trying so hard to kind of think of one, but yeah, I need to kind of think of something that kind of plays on the name Loose. I feel. Yeah. So
Loose or something.
Yeah. So if anyone's got any suggestions, drop them in the chat, please.
We usually just call ours degenerates because that's what most of them are.
I love
Definitely.
They love it. They love it really deep down.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so did you notice like a big change when you started playing to stream instead of like playing by yourself? Or
yeah, I think so. So it wasn't, I didn't have long, so I literally logged on for the very first time, had the usual experience of kind of trying to learn the mechanics, and died to zombies like so many times trying to do that. And then it was the next time I logged on to DayZ, I then started streaming, so it was literally my second time. But what I found was like, even in that short space of time, the very first time I ran into people, but I was so scared to talk to them because I didn't grow up with like console, like where you'd have like a mic and you'd be speaking to people on online games. I was absolutely terrified. So what it meant was because I was streaming, I was like, right, I have to do this because there are people watching and we've got to put on a show. We've got to go for it, full send. So yeah, then from then on started going up to people, started talking to them, started interacting with them. So not only has it kind of changed the way I play the game, but it's also kind of helped in that confidence way, which is absolutely amazing. And I don't think I'd be where I am now if it wasn't for DayZ. It's insane. So yeah, a huge difference.
we made friends with a bunch of people the first few weeks I started playing, and the thing you mentioned about playing other games, we now have a regular Cluedo night, which is the weirdest thing for a bunch of DayZ people to play.
I love that.
Like, it makes no sense, zero crossover. But they all love it. So,
yeah, we had a stage, I think it was like last year, we all started playing Lethal Company, and we would literally play it every like Saturday night, have drinks and just have the best time all together. And it was nice to kind of, obviously you have DayZ as your main game, but it's nice to like keep it fresh and mix it up. So yeah, it was the best time.
When I'm feeling traumatized, I play Farming Simulator and I get a load of shit about it all the time.
I am just into my simulators, so I might have to look that one up.
Like, you're really stressed, just go, plow your field a little bit, chill out.
Yeah, I've just bought a like a driving, like the wheel and the pedals, and
the kit.
Not like the full blown. It's just like a little basic one. I was like, let's see how we get on with this first. So I'm getting into my American truck simulator at the minute, just trucking along, tunes on, zoning out. It's lovely.
Love the guy who has the massive American truck simulator rig. Have you seen that? He's got like 4 monitors. It's like a full.
Have you guys seen the? I think they're Japanese or Korean boys who. Basically, they're playing a game like World of Tanks or War Thunder, and they've recreated a tank.
No, but that is right up my alley. Link me.
It is seriously the craziest stuff I have ever seen. They are absolute chads for doing this. I'll see if I can find it.
I love the dudes who go too far and they set up like a full like little rig. I like that so much.
I want this so bad, so bad.
I think it takes me back to, like PlayStation 2 when you could get the little attachments for like your controller and gun and stuff. You could get like a little camera and thing.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
Archie, you're fucking terrible. See what he just wrote in chat?
Two girls, one. Oh, Boydie's not a boomer. He's the one under that. Gen.
I'm a Gen Xer who acts like a
That's the
boomer.
one.
Okay, here I found the video for you girls. This is I've got to turn the music off because it's copyright. But I'll share the link in chat. But watch this. This is the most insane stuff.
He's got a proper little tanker hub and everything. Nice. Oh, Arch said, here goes the stream. Boydie's playing a video. And indeed, Boydie's not moving, so he might be right.
He's gone.
There it goes.
We did it. Mission accomplished.
Bless him. It does look cool, though. My dad was a tanker driver, so there's a really cool picture of me when I was like a little dot coming out of a little
No
tanker
way.
hole. Like,
That's so cute. Oh my days.
yeah. I don't think he's coming back, is he? Anyway, tell me more about these simulator games since we're on a little DayZ break.
Please pause whilst we have an intermission. Right, so we have gotten into Cooking Simulator. Like I said, American Truck Simulator. And I've downloaded, Textor Simulator as well. I didn't know this was a thing, but yeah, I
really like the, what is it, like PC build simulator or something.
Do you know
you can test like different specs.
Because I'm like still learning about PCs and like what they do and what's going on inside. So all the parts and stuff, it's very confusing to me. So I feel like that would be like perfect for kind of working out what goes where, what does what, all that good stuff. So
it's pretty good. It's pretty chill. Like it's no DayZ. Like if your pulse is up here when you play DayZ, you're practically dead playing.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I do need a little.
You need a little break
away from that. Yeah.
Well, you always feel free to join the Cluedo team.
Oh, amazing. I haven't played Cluedo in years. My mum hates the game so much that she threw the board game out when we were younger, so I never got to play it properly.
Oh, damn. I love Cluedo. My auntie had the proper old person kit that had like the little 3D furniture and stuff in it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, they were big into. Oh, look, we've got another farming simulator fan. Look at that. Wow. But how many hours have you got in DayZ now? Do you know? Do you keep track of it? Or
yes, I do religiously. So we have passed 1,100 hours. Are we back? We're back.
We're back.
Welcome back.
That's Aussie internet. And all the conspiracy farmers in there in chat. Okay, so I won't be sharing that video, but let me just tell you, it is really cool. They use bottles of soft drink as the ammo. If someone can find the link in chat, we can share that so people can watch it, and I'll share it in the Discord later. It's seriously one of the funniest things, just how far these guys went with recreating a tank simulator where every shot they have to put a bottle of soft drink in the barrel and it actually locks, and when it shoots the barrel moves and there's one guy being the driver, another guy being the aimer and another guy loading, and it's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So when you push a little button, does your PC get warm, mate? I don't know what my internet's not that bad. I don't know why it does that whenever I try to show a video, and it's not always, it's just
Is it not your RAM? How much RAM you working with?
I've got 32 gig of RAM, so it shouldn't be that.
64.
It might, I don't know. It might be 64, but yeah, I've got a lot. But I'm bad at all this tech sort of stuff. Hence why I wallow in mediocrity with my show.
No.
But yeah, but no.
A higher class of DayZ audience. That's all.
Yeah, I do need to download more RAM. Stick your hand inside and tell us if it's warm or hot. I'd electrocute myself if I stuck my fucking hand in there. But yeah. No, it's absolutely insane. But what were we talking about before? Because I've totally lost track trying to stop my computer from crashing.
It was my fault. I was talking about simulators, and then Luce was telling us about all the other simulators. We got off DayZ. That was the problem.
Yeah.
We veered away, and then legal came and thought, no.
No, my PC is not wet, mate. I have a proper cup with a lid. I'm not a Mike Doherty, so I don't spill drinks all over my keyboard. That's what that item was before that I showed Lucy's here. Mike Doherty is one of my favourite guys. He's Scottish, but he's working as a contractor with BI at the moment, helping with the new map. But he spilt a massive drink of Iron Brew or Coke or whatever all over his keyboard. So I love to take the piss out of him. So we created Mike's Sippy Cup because he obviously can't be trusted with open drinking vessels. But yeah. So you said Sarah Moore. Who else has been great for helping you along the way?
I'm trying to think now. All sorts. So Backyard Charizard, Jason, who goes by Eddie in game as well. Always been great support as well. There's so many. I think that's the amazing thing about the community is like once you kind of run into them in game or find them in game, most of the time that's how you kind of come across people. As soon as you've like made that link, they're there to support you off stream, on stream. It's absolutely incredible. So like I was saying, I am completely like blown away with like how supportive it is.
But for the most part, it is. Like a lot of people like to get wallowed in the differences and all the rest of it. But mostly, I find those differences, barring the PvP crowd, who there's some who think weapons are too easy, some who think weapons are too hard. For the most part, any differences are about stuff outside of the game, and I try to ignore that in dealing with people. And that it's okay if we disagree on other stuff. At the end of the day, we all just love this crazy game that is DayZ, and that's what I try to focus on because it's fucking awesome. I've been on a sabbatical from the game. I'm waiting until the Sarkle creative event, so I've got my leave app in with the missus. She's given me leave. And I will be playing it. As for streaming it, I'm not sure because it's been so long since I've streamed gameplay. It has been so long. And I don't care if I embarrass myself, but I'm going to be quite rusty because it's been months. I think I stopped and I think I decided I was going to take a break in about July, and I haven't played DayZ once since then.
Wow.
Because I want to come into this with fresh eyes and really experience this new map. Having had a break from it, I've been playing Rust mainly, just exploring that game and the mechanics of it. And it's got some pretty cool stuff, but I'm chomping at the bit to get back into
I only
Sarkle.
tried Rust once because I got tag teamed by a bunch of kids, and it really wounded my pride. It took me back to like flashbacks of like Modern Warfare 3 lobbies. I just couldn't take the pressure.
It's an interesting game. I almost got banned from on a PvE server because my only experience of Rust up until that point was watching Stimpy videos. So I was running around trolling everyone, and apparently that's not allowed on a PvE server. I was stealing stuff and all the rest of it. They're like, "God, mate, you can't do that." And I'm like, "But the chest was unlocked and it was just sitting there." And yeah, but you took their gold skinned orm or whatever it was, and I'm like, why wouldn't I? It was the best rifle in there, and yeah, I know. This is a DayZ podcast. I'll get back onto it.
PvE is not for DayZ players. There are some saying that. That's
I did not want the sweaty. I did not want the sweaty boys who play that game, who run around dropping N bombs and C bombs and everything else like that. I just wanted to enjoy the mechanics. But now, Sarkle. What do you girls think of the upcoming release? Are you excited?
Oh, yeah. So excited. Counting down the minutes at this point.
Are you going to be streaming from day one, Luce?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. So, yeah, we've been accepted into the creator program, which I'm very, very blessed to be accepted into, first of all. But yeah, as soon as I get that key and it's downloaded and it's all ready to go, I'm going to be live. So yeah, very, very excited to kind of dive into it, see, and it's just a new world to explore, isn't it? For starters, but I think there's going to be some secrets along the way. I think there's going to be.
So.
I do too, and I know that's one of the reasons why some people have found it harder to get in because they're worried about the modders getting in there and delving through all the files. But there's still some very experienced file delvers who are going to be in there, the likes of Wobo, Scale Speeder, Always Streams. These people who know what they. I can't even remember how to do an XML or a JSON for the game, so there's no risk of me ever doing all that. Luce, in the description of the video, we've got all of Luce's links there: her Twitch, her TikTok, her Twitter, her Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It's all there. Pretty much just type in Luce is here, sometimes with an underscore, but mostly sometimes without an underscore. I think Twitch is the only one where you don't have the underscore, but yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what they've done, because I am 100% sure. Everyone keeps talking about these snowmobiles. I haven't seen. I'm not going to look for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they had, but if they had, I'm interested in how they managed to get them in, because they're quite a narrow vehicle, and I know they had issues with motorbikes. So for me, I wonder whether that means we might see motorbikes coming soon if this snowmobile thing is true, because there was some issue with the mapping that prevented them from doing motorbikes and even push bikes on official because of collision issues and all the rest of it. But if they managed to get snowmobiles working, and this isn't just a troll by someone, that's fascinating.
Always the chance it's a troll as well.
It always is. Especially if this was from bloody Erno. If Erno's the source of this, do not believe him. He is a god tier troll for everyone.
I'm still excited about the penguins. That's what I'm really looking for.
Everyone's going to kill it. If there's penguins, everyone's going to kill them. I said that to Hunter Z when he released the cats. I went, dude, are you sure you want to do that? Because there's some sick fucks out there, man, and cats seem to cop the worst of it. Yeah. Now, Mark said, Archie, I don't trust you either, mate. You're nearly every single one of you fuckers in this chat are trolls of the highest order. I don't trust any of you. Someone even wrote a comment there before. It's even better when Boydie doesn't get the joke that's going on. I know you're making fun of me. I don't care that you're making fun of me. I did this show for a year and a half with my fucking front tooth missing. Have at it. If that's how you want to get your rocks off, making fun of an old boomer, picking on a poor disabled veteran. Yeah. Now, there was a couple of things there in chat that I do want to discuss. Offset's just said there, how does everyone feel about no preview for consoles? Some BS, am I right? Ferrell, I'll let you answer that first, being a console player.
I would say it's not great, is it? I would love to stream from console, but yeah. I would give it a try on PC, but it's not my natural habitat,
Yeah.
It's not where I belong.
Luce, have you heard any feedback on it yourself?
Not a crazy man. Obviously, I've seen people upset that there's no involvement from the console side of things. Was it Marks, I think, might have tweeted about it, saying that it's an issue in terms of is it Sony and Microsoft kind of, and it doesn't have the same capabilities as Steam and things like that. So I can understand why, but obviously as the fact that you're missing out a side of a community is always kind of upsetting, if that makes sense. You want as many people to be involved as possible, don't you?
Well, look, Scale Speeder race, I watched Scale Speeder's video in preparation for this, and he did raise a very good point in that if you're looking for a target audience that's going to rave about a new map, console would have maybe arguably should have been the focus, because us PC master race folks, Luce, we're blessed. Every day you're probably one of the toughest choices, other than how you get to do your hair and your makeup and all the rest of it, is what map am I going to fucking play today? Because we're blessed with so many. We're spoiled for choice. Console.
You don't mention it much, so I wouldn't know. But
but console
rub it in.
have only got 2, so I do agree on that point. But I'm also cognizant of the fact that if they could have, people have to remember Scotty is a console player himself. He plays PlayStation. I am certain if there was any way that Scotty could have had console in, he would have done it. I get that it sucks. I get that it sucks at the highest order, but there has to have been a bloody good reason for them not to have done it. But we'll never know. I don't know whether I've heard it said that it's very difficult to do something like this on console. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've heard of limited release events in the past on console. I'm not quite sure.
The equipment for console releases is dead expensive, so a lot of people do it out of house now, especially indie developers. They'll develop for PC and then you send everything over to get kind of transferred out of house, which is why a lot of console releases are massively delayed.
And this is what Scale Speeder said here as well is a valid point as well, in that I wasn't aware until I heard people saying that, hang about, I can't I can't play because I don't have a gaming PC. I didn't realize this was only. Now, apparently it was said during the dev stream, but I haven't seen it said anywhere else. So again, that's an unfortunate thing to have happened. And if they'd made that clearer, maybe there wouldn't have been so much outrage. But either way, at the end of the day, it's going to be huge. And I'm really excited for the console community. I wish they were part of it. The same with the modders. I wish the modders, more of them were included. Just as a thank you to the hard work they've done in keeping it going. But I'm 95% confident there is no good reason, but a reason, I'm sure, a reason nonetheless. I don't know. I got told that I'm a shill. I got told that I'm a simp to the dev team. I don't think I am. I think I'm being quite reasonable at the moment. But I'd like to think the best of the dev team because I know I'm biased. Some of them are my friends, good friends, people who I don't know where I'd take a bullet, definitely not for Mike Doherty, but I'd definitely do anything I could to help them if they ever needed my help. But I like to think the best of them. They've worked on this game for 10 plus years now, and it's got the most support it's ever had. I can almost hand on my heart say that if Scotty and the guys had been able to work out a way to get console included, they would have. So, and even if they had it probably only would have been Xbox, because we all know how hard Sony is to deal with. They don't even get experimental releases because
they
of
do really nice headphones.
They what?
They do really nice headphones, though. These are my Sony headphones.
I'm a Corsair shill. I pretty much Corsair Elgato, anything that they have, I'll get it. But they should be pushing hard for console sales. They don't even have the store update at the show release date. If half your player base is console, then why wouldn't you want to promote it? Again, I don't know. Whether that
already now.
Yeah, for the numbers I've seen, it's pretty huge. And do a console stream and show us the snowmobiles. But I definitely do agree that they need to do a stream of some console gameplay to show people, because I did see some of the questions or things raised there about the questions about how the older the previous generation consoles are going to handle it, because as much as a lot of people say, it should just you've got to update. The game came out on those consoles, so it kind of should be playable on those consoles as well. But I know that's a big issue for you guys on console. It's pretty what?
Yeah, it's pretty rough now on PS4. Like, it is a PS4 game, but it's pretty rough to play on PS4. It doesn't run anywhere near as smooth as it does on the 5. And people are saying that the Pro version is even better for DayZ now, but I'm not throwing that kind of money away.
That could actually be, that's a good point someone just raised in chat there. Why can't we pre-order on Steam? Maybe that's a reason why. I don't know if you can buy a digital copy of DayZ on PlayStation or Xbox from the BI website. I don't know if it works that way.
I don't think so.
So that may be a reason as well, because I'm pretty sure that as frustrating as it is to people, a lot of this is marketing. And you two girls both have backgrounds in this sort of stuff, so I'd love your input on this. I spoke with my wife about this as well, because she started her career in marketing as well, and she gave me some really good business insights. But a lot of this this launch is they're trying to get as much bang for their buck as they can. They've put a lot into this. In all the time that I played DayZ, I can't recall them ever going this full on with a launch of nearly anything. Not even the 1.0 release was this hyped. With a big event like this, with the Prague event as well, where they flew 10 of us, 11 of us to there for the announcement of the trailer and collector's editions. And I think part of what they're doing is they're trying to drive traffic to their website. And from there to other aspects of the business. What's you two girls' take on that with your backgrounds?
I'll let Luce take that one.
Oh, lovely.
More of a background in it than I do.
Yeah, it seems, especially as you can't pre-order it on Steam unless there's some kind of back-end reason for that. It seems like they're definitely trying to push traffic towards the website. It would make sense, I guess. Obviously, they're trying to get people to purchase the DLC and all of that, but it then exposes them to kind of the other games that Bohemia also do. They might find something else that they're interested in. That's kind of how I would kind of look at it. But obviously, there's other purchases that they can make on the website, so it's all of that kind of interlinked, I would say.
Well, they've got that 30% off voucher you get when you pre-order on the website as well. So that's driving people to the site as well. Now, I don't know whether they can do something like that with a Steam purchase or a Xbox purchase or a PlayStation purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not quite as integrated, is it, for Microsoft and Sony with discount codes and stuff? It's a bit trickier.
Would you agree with what Offset just said there in chat, Luce? I've got it up on the screen. I don't know whether it shows for you as well.
Yeah. Good business to gauge demand. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. That's kind of more like, that'd be like the wish listing kind of things, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I think so. So that's kind of across all platforms, they'd be able to gauge that. Yeah.
I don't know if Mark's is still in chat, but I'd be interested to know where they're at with the wish listing. I think they were, the last I saw somewhere was around about 250K people had wish listed it or so on. And a lot of this is as well for folks that, when a company spends as much money as they're spending on the launch of this, with the hiring of new staff, with the big event and all the rest of it, they've probably got KPIs and targets and benchmarks that they need to be meeting internally to justify it. So 250K at the moment, Mark is saying. So as frustrating as some of the decisions are, business is business. And I've said this on this show many a time, I am a capitalist whore at heart. I understand the need for businesses to make decisions that whilst they might not appear or even just be what you wanted, business will business. They've got to do business. Luce, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think it's a very important thing to remember, because at the end of the day, we want DayZ to be around and to be improving all the time as much as possible, don't we? That's what we want for it to continue growing and expanding. So for that to be possible, what they have to do is make business decisions 100%. So yeah, it's that kind of, there are going to be people that are upset by certain decisions and aren't so happy with them. But it's that finding that balance between obviously the business and the community. And it's a very difficult thing to balance. But yeah, you're always going to upset someone at the end of the day, I think. But they've got to do what's right for the business.
I was gonna ask you because you said you got started in streaming DayZ like in the last year, and DayZ's been around for like 10 plus years now. Does it worry you, like how like the legs it's still got on it, or you'll cross that bridge?
I think it's here, isn't it? And it's kind of lasted 14 years, so it's done well. And I think kind of the introduction of this new map is going to kind of inject a whole new life into, number one, DayZ, but also kind of hopefully bring a lot of new people into the game as well.
This is the state of gaming at the moment, though, Luce. Look at you look at the top 10 games, and there's so many old games in there. Very few new titles had the longevity to stay up there with the Minecrafts, with the Counter-Strike, with the Dota, World of Warcraft. I think Rust gets up there, PUBG gets up there. All these older games that people, they play the new thing that comes in, but then they just go back to their old faithfuls. It's such a weird moment in gaming at the moment, isn't it, Luce?
Yeah, 100%. And I think from what I found, obviously I've not been around for the longest time, but over the past year, what I found through new games that have been released is a lot of the time they're released kind of early access, or they need a lot of work to kind of get to a place where they're at the same level as these games that have been out for so long. So yeah, it might take them the same kind of length of time to kind of gain that traction, gain that popularity, rather than just, I think it's very hard to kind of come into the gaming industry and just blow up and stick around. It takes a
15 years of updates and development. When you think of like an indie game that's been in development for like 2 years.
Exactly.
It's a lot of catch up.
Now, something was said there in chat before. I just want to address. Offset said, "Are they still offering the new DLC for free for everyone who bought the last one, or did they backpedal on that?" My understanding is, unless I've missed something, they never promised that. What they did say was that people who owned DayZ beforehand would get Livonia for free, which I think has been done and given to everyone in preparation for the Sarko release, kind of as a thank you. And it was also, again, call me a shill, call me a capitalist whore, whatever you want. I freely admit I am, but that was a smart move, because now one of the things I heard mentioned was about, I think it was Greedy Peasant talked about how much money people, they've made from console. But a lot of that was only people paying for Game Pass. What they wanted was actual sales of the game. I'm not sure how the money works, all the rest of that sort of stuff. That's way above my pay grade. But that would have encouraged maybe some people. I don't know what the figures are, haven't seen them. They wouldn't give them to me if they did, because loose lips sink ships. But they may have encouraged some more console players to switch from the Game Passes and actually purchase the game, so that they get not just DayZ but Livonia, and then because they purchased it, they're going to be quite likely to purchase Sarkle as well. It's all there's a lot of mentality that goes into these sorts of marketing decisions. A lot of this stuff is worked out by, they consult with psychologists and all the rest of it. And, when you look into the psychology of loot boxes and all the rest of it, it's about getting people to visit the website and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. But I do agree with what Scale Speeder said there a bit earlier. Just trying to find it. A good start with their strategy would have been to have plans that don't annoy half of their customers. I don't know so much about the plans, but to maybe some better communication. The fact that a lot of people just didn't seem to be aware that it wasn't a console event as well was a bit unfortunate, but I'm certain they've taken it on board. I get everyone's pissed, but it is what it is, and they've got their reasons. And like I said, I do 110% believe that if Scotty, of all people, could have worked out a way to get the event on console, it would have been there. But yeah.
I think a really good thing about like showing the integrity that BI has, because they get a lot of shit, they do. They don't mess with microtransactions. I love that. And everyone else is. And it kind of defeats...
Au contraire.
Huh?
Au contraire.
Yeah?
I beg to differ. There is one element of it that I'm aware of where they did, and that was Mini DayZ 2.
Never heard of her. What's
And
that?
even Mini DayZ did have a microtransaction in it as well, where you could purchase an airdrop, but they never pushed it. They never went crazy with it. I think it might have just been a bit of experimentation, but as far as I know, they've never done anything else other than that.
Luckily, they outgrew that experimental phase and got back on the straight and narrow, you know?
I wish King Alex was on right now, because he would have absolutely roasted me for that then. Au contraire. You'll play.
Stop making up words, buddy. He's still here.
I don't know. I don't even know if au contraire is French. I think it sounds French, but the only other French words I know are oui baguette, and a dirty word about that would definitely not be suitable for the layup of the screen right now. So I'm not going to say that. Luce, you know the word, don't you?
Maybe
Marmalade?
Oh, that's awesome. I love when we get a good guest who's got a great sense of humor. You can see me later. Fuck, that's funny. Sounds like DOJ. That's the only reason I know oui baguette is Dance of Jesus. One of my favorite DayZ devs is French.
I missed that one. Hang on. Captage. Yeah, he's not wrong.
Alex, come on.
It's all about the accent, Boydie. You get away with more if you put it in a nice accent.
I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to be advertiser friendly. I get so many episodes demonetized, Luce, because I'm an absolute bogan. Probably a chav is probably the word for you Brits. And I drop C bombs like they're going out of fashion, and R bombs and everything.
We must have been demonetized. No, did we not? Have we been good today?
No, we've actually been pretty good lately. It seems like. Oh no! Last week's episode has now been demonetized. So
I take full responsibility and credit.
Oh wow. But no, I am excited for it. I know a lot of people are excited. I am running a poll at the moment. Probably the only concern I have is that, and I explained this with the other members of the DayZ Unite group, who pretty much all to a person disagree with me. But I shared a story that some of you who've been around for a while will be familiar with. But Namolsk, when Namolsk was released, everyone was super hyped for it. I don't think you would have been in the community when that came out, Luce.
No.
But it had some stuff that we just had not seen before. You know, the frostbite, stuff like that. But there was also, which you probably experienced yourself now, the event. Did you know about the event when you first played Namolsk?
Yes. So, like, the first streams that I ever watched were all in Namolsk. So, like, I think the first time I actually logged on to DayZ, I went straight into Namolsk. Why did I do that? I don't know. Literally full send. So yeah, just to make things, a little bit harder for myself. So yeah, I was kind of fully aware of everything that would happen in Namolsk, kind of knew some of the backstory. So
where I'm going with this one is that, again, like I've tried to avoid finding out a lot about Sarkle because I really want to experience it firsthand myself in stream. But for those people who want to be able to experience this all themselves, they're basically going to have to go media blackout for 2 whole weeks. They're not going to be able to go to Twitter. They're not going to be able to go to Facebook. They're not going to be able to go to Reddit. They're not going to be able to watch their favorite streamer if that streamer is part of this. It's basically going to be like Game of Thrones level spoils. For people who were into that show, or The Walking Dead, where you're just going to have to basically go media silent. Like, I'm going to be asking people in our Discord to use the spoiler and maybe even set up a channel. I've tried to do it with topics in the past where everything to do with Sarkle will only be in this channel. So, and you still mark it as spoiler so that people have to One, they have to willingly choose to go into that channel, and two, they have to then click to reveal the image or something like that to see it. Because I really do feel for the people who just want to, no, I want to wait and experience it myself. But yeah, and the poll that I put up, I think it was about 50-50. I've got one in the podcast Discord. Let me just check. So it was just a simple question. Will you be watching any Circle content or waiting to experience it yourself? We've got 32 votes since I put it up an hour and a bit ago or 2 hours ago. 14 are saying they'll be watching. 18 are saying they'll be waiting. Yeah. And
my fear is if you don't watch, you're going to die so much when you first spawn in. Because, like, people are going to go, they're going to be like,
that doesn't bother me.
Really good
that doesn't bother me. Like, I want to, like, be able to work it out myself. Like, when I get a play on a new map, I won't use I Survive. But one of the greatest things for me was, and something that is so hard to go back to, is that feeling of being lost and not knowing where to go. And I totally, if you want to use I Survive or play on a server with an in-game map, that's your prerogative. But for me, I like to experience it all, and not knowing where the well is, and dying and being frustrated, and that's all part of Luce. I'm sorry, I am going to say something quite offensive here, but that's my cock and ball torture. I love the cock and ball torture, DayZ. That's what
going to be a clip. If you cut the DayZ off, this is the clip, people. Clip it.
This is an old school thing around here. If you look at my Twitter profile, Scale Speeder even designed a book cover for the DayZ book cover competition, and he put on there, "Lover of cock and ball torture" is on the book. But yeah, just it's hilarious. Like, I love that difficulty factor. So I will be avoiding everything I can to try to find stuff out. I like to find it out organically in-game as much as possible and learn the tricks. And, I know they've got that special water bottle. I know about the toxic water and a few other things. But I'm trying to avoid, I'm so looking forward to a map where I'll spawn in, I won't know where I am, and I can just go off and wander and maybe die, get shot by someone. But yeah, I'm not sure whether you're taking the piss out of me or not there, Clinton, but either way.
Take the compliment and don't look back.
Yeah. But that's just my my thoughts on it. Like, I do worry for those people who are going to have to wait, because I had the event ruined for me, not intentionally. It was like someone was just so excited about it and shared it with me, and I was like, fuck, man, I really would have absolutely loved to have been in the moles and then just heard the boom and like, what the fuck's going? What is happening here? But still, it was amazing when I watched it. It was like, oh, my God, that was the most amazing thing. So just be conscious of the fact that there may be people out there who cock and ball torture Offset that may want to experience it themselves, and try not to ruin their experience for them. It's going to be a long 2 weeks for those poor buggers. But, yeah.
I'll be watching everything because I'm nosy and deprived.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be able to wait 2 weeks. I'd get too, like, what's it called? Like, curious. Yeah, I'd be too curious. But like, what's going on? What am I missing out on?
Yeah.
Just a little short, never hurt anyone. 400 hours of content later.
Now, there is one other topic I want to talk about before we do our final few segments, and that is, I saw you got one today, Feral. The rise in DM spam of people of questionable integrity or provenance, offering to do artwork, to do modding, coding. Luce, have you received any DMs like that from people in Discord?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah, so I think for the first 6 months of streaming, obviously you kind of you set up your Discord and you open it up to the world, don't you? And yeah, I was just getting inundated with different bots and people and all sorts. So yeah, it got to the point where I've had to like close off my DMs now. So yeah, it's kind of stopped them, but they obviously still come into your Discord servers and message people within the server. So you've got to be really careful and really protected of that. But yeah, they're an absolute nightmare.
And
Some
when
servers
you're
are
not
rampant for it.
when you're not actually looking for anything, it's easy to just ignore it as like, I'm not interested, whatever. But the real danger is like, I've got a person at the moment, Lone Wolf. That's all I'm going to say with the name. But he's desperately trying to find someone to do modding work for him. So he's right. Like he's I'm not saying he has or is, but someone like that is ripe for potentially being scammed by some of these people. And Devil's Knock has looked into some of these accounts because he's good with all that. What do you call it? You know, he's going 0 dark 30 on some of them and trying to find out as much info as he can on them. And a lot of them are from scam discords. There's a particular one associated with 5M, the GTA 5 stuff and that, where there's a lot of scammers who will promise to do stuff and either half deliver, won't deliver, they take the money and they run. So you've got to be careful, people. If you get anything...
I do love messing with them, though.
Click on their profile. The first thing I do is click on their profile and see what shared Discords they have. And if they're not in either the official DayZ Discord or the DayZ Modders Discord, that's straight away your first alarm bell. But not everyone's always in those ones. But always just look, always be careful, exercise caution. If you do have any doubts, if you are looking, reach out and ask someone. Devil's Knock is really passionate about this at the moment. So send us a link, send us an image of the, get their user ID number as well, send it through to us, and Devil's Knock will be able to let you know whether they're actually someone who is reputable or not. And yeah, Dorkwing, great tip there. If they're saying that they're a modder and a coder, ask them for a link to their Steam workshop. Verify. With the art side of it, the art side is very interesting as well. I'm getting a lot from the Fourth Wall Discord and another Discord that I'm in as well. But yeah, they just reach out and they offer, just be polite, just say, usually when I get a random DM from someone who's not in the DayZ Discord, I leave my DMs open because I need to for what I do, for all my classic insight scoops and leaks and all that, you know, man on the ground in the know, who can't tell the difference between a leaf and a UFO. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. But I just totally derailed my train of thought then. But yeah, just always check, always exercise caution, because there's a lot of people out there who don't care how they make a buck, have no moral compass at all, and they will scam you and rip you off. And yeah, just exercise caution. And if in doubt, back away.
Don't click links, even if they send them you. Massive thing is not to click any links, and check their Discord date, their member since date. If it's
especially
less than
if it's a free nitro from Archie.
Very sketchy. Yeah.
I love you, Archie. Archie got done with a free nitro link. Just woke up and he clicked on it and they scammed him, and because they can do some pretty crazy things as well. Like, you know, this is me getting my boomer conspiracy hat on, but they can get some crazy access to you, even just from your Discord and stuff like that. So you got to be careful, folks. You got to be careful.
Sure.
Archie, I did not click on it. We have the meme that proves you did, Archie. It's a great meme as well. It's Leonardo DiCaprio from Django, where, you know, the first they have your attention, but they put Archie's head on it holding a free nitro card for Discord. It's great. Dedicated to Archie. But yeah. Okay. Console Spotlight, Feral, what do you got for us?
I'm going to shout out a server that I shouted out previously, but just because I need it to get more populated this week. It's the Frostbite server, and it's like a hardcore survival server that I'm going to use to stream for the next couple of weeks to kind of do a little pre-Sakal boot camp. So it'd be nice to see people on there because it's been a bit dead the last couple of days. So let me drop a link for that. It is somewhere here. she says. Hopefully. Yeah, there it is. Yes, so it's hardcore survival. Possibly not quite as hardcore as Sakala's going to be. Not going to lie. Like, the food doesn't freeze and stuff because it is console. But they have massively reduced loot, massively increased predators, and decreased temperature, obviously.
This is console offset. Feral is our console expert, so all of her recommendations are going to be console platforms because fuck the PC master race.
Yeah. Although saying that, I did run on a Bitterroot server the other day that Nate recommended.
You traitor to your. That's it. You're out of the console club. That's it. You've gone to the dark side.
I couldn't open a can of beans though. I just couldn't figure it. It's too many buttons for me. I need like a little coach. Put me in, coach. I need a little coach.
Luce, do you have any pets?
I do. Yeah, I've got a little cockapoo puppy. Well, she's not a puppy anymore. She's coming up to 4 now. Cockapoo.
Cockapoo.
I thought you said cock and ball puppy. I was like, what the fuck? What is a cock and ball puppy?
That'd be an interesting breed.
That would be. Yeah.
Oh God, imagine.
I trust between a cocker spaniel and a bull terrier. Cockable.
So many images running through my head now. Yeah, let's get away from that one. Miss Molly is the cutest dog. Yes, Miss Molly. Yeah, that's her name. Little Miss Molly. And yeah, she comes onto stream and chat can give her. There's basically 2 channel point redeems. There's a little Molly treat and a big Molly treat, and she crunches into the mic, so you get a little bit of dog ASMR. It's lovely.
Love that.
Archie, that's just cruel, mate.
Oh, that's mean.
That's you're ageist. You're being ageist right now.
Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Now, I am going to remind everyone that you need to go to the Bohemia Interactive website and pre-order Frostline on the website. But I'm going to give you a very, very good reason to do it. I don't know whether I covered this before, but I'm going to share a link in chat. And I'm going to share my screen because I'm not sharing a video, so I should be fine.
Nobody move.
I'm scared to breathe.
Have you girls seen this?
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Slick.
Doesn't it?
Very slick.
I particularly love that. I love the notebook. I think that is so goated. I'm not sure what is this? Is that like a phone case or something? Or
no, that's the RFID thing. RFID blocker for your cards and stuff.
Okay, that's kind of dope. I wonder if that code actually works, and someone's tried to redeem it.
God.
Why did we not think of this?
But they've got the desk top mat, a scarf. Lots of very, very cool little items in here. But the reason why I'm saying you need to go on pre-order is as part of pre-ordering, you not only get when it comes out the copy of Sarkle, but you also get the it looks like Brazil just got nuked. What's the line from Starship Troopers? What's the city that got destroyed in Starship Troopers?
Not a clue.
You haven't seen it?
Great. No.
Oh, great movie. But yeah. But you get a 30% off code for the store emailed to you. And you can use that on this. And like I'm waiting for my pension day to come in. And I will be trying to get 2 copies, 1 or 2 copies of this, 1 for me and 1 to give away at Christmas. But it reduces it by 30%. So Buenos Aires, thank you, Archie. Buenos Aires, filthy bugs took out Buenos Aires. But 30% off of €189, that's a bargain I can get behind. You're basically saving more than the cost of the game, or at least the same. So you're kind of getting the game for free and the this awesome little pack here. I really do hope that that's an item that is being added to the game because that would make it even cooler, wouldn't it?
Oh, 100%. Imagine.
Did you see Rackaroo's tweet on Twitter about the item he found So dope. So dope. Let me just bring it up. Bada boom, bada bing. Log into my. So do you know that a lot of the items in DayZ are based on IRL items?
Yes, actually, I
Yes.
might have seen this. Actually, was it a certain radio device?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
This I wouldn't have even thought to have checked for something like that.
No.
But here we go. What a cool little find this one is. We just thought Buenos Aires got taken out by the bugs. We thought Buenos Aires got taken out by the bugs and Stormship Troopers, mate.
No, that's Argentina, isn't it? Buenos Aires.
Oh, Archie, you're a funny bugger. But yeah, this is the item that he bid for and won, and the in-game item. So for those of you who are nerds and into that sort of stuff and the feedback tracker, that's another item you could look for to add to your collection. The Unitra Wilga RM301.
Nice. Very slick.
That's so cool.
Very nice.
I love that sort of stuff. And why are you making fun of me for saying dope? What's wrong with saying? Is that not a cool word to say anymore?
Could died a little inside. No, you got to do what is it the kids say now? Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity
toilet,
yeah.
You just reminded me. I have to apologise on behalf of Australia. We've done 3 really bad things this year. Ray Gun, the remake of The Office, which is absolutely terrible. Yeah, it's bad. Go check the videos for it. They've made the boss a female. Now,
what? Surgically, or they just hired a female? Like, what?
They've replaced Ricky Gervais's. They've replaced Ricky Gervais's character and put a female in there. And all I could think of was like, girl bosses have enough of a hard time as it is, let alone making one of the worst bosses in the history of cinema a female. Like, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. I really am surprised that they're doing it. But the third thing that I need to apologise for, oh God, so you've derailed my train of thought with the asking about that. Is the female politician who delivered the Gen Z speech in Parliament here in Australia. It is bad, Luce. It is bad. She put skibbity into a speech that she said in Parliament.
Oh no!
I had someone send it to me.
I thought you were going to apologise for the breakdancing as well. That was you guys.
No, that's Ray Gun. That's Ray Gun. That's the first thing I said.
Her name was Rachel Gunn. Ray Gun.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's.
But
this female politician, like my son shared with me, there's actually a really cool clip that's gone viral apparently on TikTok of some guy who works at a museum in the UK, and he's talking about how dope the museum is, but he does it in Gen Z talk, and he's like, this armor is giving off main character aura.
I love those videos.
Main character syndrome and negative aura if you don't visit the gift shop. And he just delivers it so deadpan, and he's done it well. But this female politician, I'm watching her in Parliament, and I'm going, who thought this was a good idea to talk like that in Parliament? Like, what are you doing, girl? Come on.
If I write you a little Gen Z script about Frostline, will you read it?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Mate, please.
We got to
be done.
Knock something up. I will embarrass myself. If it gets clicks and views, I will embarrass myself. You should know that about me by now.
I think we can make it cool. We can make it work.
I literally don't care.
Yeah.
Please pull it up. Oh, yeah, you sent it through to me, didn't you, Alex? Oh, God. I don't know whether I want to risk it.
Nar. That's what I just realised what that was. That's Australian, isn't it? Nar.
Oh no, Cleo.
Parliament. Oh, they're really ripping your accent here, Boydie.
They are.
She did.
This is what I put up with every week, Luce.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this. This is why they say I'm into cock and ball torture. Not just the way I play DayZ, but I love the abuse. Abuse me harder, you boys and girls. Come on, make fun of me. You know I love it.
Gang, another clip right there. Someone
Luce,
get on that.
you've never watched this show before, have you?
I've dabbled a little bit, yeah.
You lie, because if you had watched this show, you would have never come on here.
Come on.
You're probably sitting here. She's going to need he's going to need counselling after this. It's like, why didn't someone warn me what this Boydie guy was like? He's a fucking nutter.
Who put me on this thing? Oh dear.
Reagan's best move by far was the T-Rex. I completely agree. The T-Rex move was lit there.
No, that's not a T-Rex. It's her trying to be a kangaroo. That's the worst part of it. She's
sorry, that was very culturally insensitive of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you should. I can't find that video. You'll have to share it. Put it in the podcast Discord, King Alex, because it is just so tragic listening to a politician say skibbity. What the?
Sold his soul for that one. Raise off the charts.
One last thing that we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, because it is a big week, a absolutely huge week. The independent DayZ calendar events. God, iRoadie, you've got to come up with a shorter name for the Discord, mate. Okay, independent DayZ event calendar. Thank you. I finally got it. We have got a number of events on this week, folks. Let me just bring up the screen because there's a lot, and I'm going to need to let you all read this. But it's something that iRoadie does, Luce, where if you're ever looking for events to do,
yes,
he's created a Discord where people who've got any sort of event running can list their event and in conjunction with them to promote them, because this is one of those good egg things in the community that I love. He does this out of a place of love for the game. 3 words too much for Boydie. Yeah, listen to me. I get my tongue tied all the time. Okay, so we've got first up Azalea map playtest number 3. Azalea is a DayZ map in development by Ollie Pollies. It's time to explore what's new, to have some thrilling action, and to provide some feedback for further improvement. Playtest starts on Wednesday, the 3rd of October, and ends on the 15th with the release of DayZ Frostline. So if you really want to avoid any Frostline spoilers, there's a great thing for you to go and do, folks. TLB Games, the DayZ Olympics. This is a 3-day event on Xbox by 3 Little Birds. 4 teams of 4 go head-to-head and showcase their skills in various disciplines, PvP included. Can you keep a close eye on that one for us, Ferrell? Because I think that's a great idea myself, a DayZ Olympics, because there's so many core skills of DayZ that I'm really intrigued to see what they do with that one. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Sergeant Pepper's Golden Ticket Treasure Hunt. Jump in and get your hands on Sergeant Pepper's Golden Ticket. Find the clues, follow the traces, be aware of the threats to capture the treasure. There are Frostline game keys to be won. Autistic's Stream Snipe event. Let's celebrate Autistic's birthday. Join the hunt and go for one of the generous prizes, a DayZ Frostline game key or a DayZ hoodie, or just watch the stream. The hunted group is a guarantee for some good laughs too. Assault on Jackson Falls by Viral Service. This one looks brilliant. I saw this one. 8 teams of 6 complete to raise their flag in Jackson Falls on Bitterroot and be the last team to have their flag flying at the conclusion of the event. And DayZ Ground War by Douglas on DayZ and Friends. 2 teams of 24 players each. Reach the designated destination and secure patient 0. Sign up now. There are still a few slots available. As always, find all essential details in the DayZ event calendar. Yeah, I love that sort of stuff. So, Luce, if you're ever aware of any events, tell them to post up in the DayZ event calendar, and we'll give it a shout out here on the show as well, because this is awesome.
I don't think fantastic, isn't it? I don't think you're going to be allowed to leave. Have you seen the comments?
I've made it. One of us.
Look, it's great having females on the show, because it literally was just a big sausage fest for fucking ages. Then we had Rampage Granny for a while, but she decided she wanted to spend more time focusing on her streams and that. And Feral has fit in like just one of the boys in here, but I do love getting female guests on because you girls look at the game through different eyes to us. But at the same time, there's still a lot in common. You look at some of the females out there, Foxy Annika, I think she's changed her name now from Foxy to Foxy Annika. Lottie, those girls PvP with the best of them. They're beasts at it. You watch some of the girls in Queens of the Castle. I shared one of the clips from that with Vigilante Gamer. He's probably one of the best strategists of DayZ there is. And he was stunned with the room clearing drills that these girls did. Like he said, that was some next level fucking hardcore shit. He was really impressed with their drills. And he's got channels devoted to room clearing in games and all the rest of it. And they did this, a team of randoms who didn't really know each other, and they just were on point. It was awesome to see. I wish I still had that clip actually, because it was brilliant. But yeah. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Lid Hosting as well. They're our affiliate, our partner. If you're looking for a server and you don't want to go all in with a dedicated server yet, folks, consider Lid Hosting. ! Lid in chat, someone please. They've got a great deal and it's a great way to test whether your idea is going to be viable. And then down the line, if you really kick off, you can look at going to a dedicated server. But in the meantime, Lid Hosting, Drower is just such a top bloke. And he's been a big supporter of us. He's giving away 6 Frostline keys at the moment. All you need to do is follow us on Twitter and him on Twitter, and you're in the draw to win one of those copies. So no purchase necessary. Thank you very much, Dorkwing. Look at you being a fucking Chad in the chat there, buddy. I'm gonna promote you to Chief Cock and Ball Torturer. I need to make that a role in the Discord actually, but yeah.
No, you need to get on to Kate. You need a shirt. I can think of some designs. I'm gonna ping her some stuff.
Chuckles, what's your question, mate? What are you drinking there? It sounds like you're rattling tins.
Me? It's a slushie.
Ice cubes.
Yeah.
Will the DLC increase the minimum PC requirements? Good question. I do not know. But
Mark's might have gone to bed by now. It's almost 1 o'clock over there.
It's getting late for him, but I will pass that one on because I have heard them say that, this is a big jump in some of the mechanics in the engine and that. So yeah, that's actually a very valid question, Chuckles. So I'll see if I can get an answer, and if I do, I'll share that. But yeah, Luce, thank you so much, mate, for coming on. You've got a great sense of humour. We'll definitely have to look at getting you back on in the future. Keep us updated with your growth and all the rest of it. And when are you going to be streaming next, mate?
So I'm streaming tomorrow at 11 a.m. UK time over on Twitch. So yeah, come on over and say hello, guys. And thank you so much for having me as well.
I think you've made a few fans in chat here, hasn't she, Feral?
Yeah, you really have. Not going to let you leave that easily, are they?
Is she blushing, or is that just blusher?
You'll never know.
Not quite as impressive as the blush we got out of Mark's, though, but it's up there.
Oh, God, no. That was brilliant. But yeah, anyway, all the best, everyone. We'll see you same time, same channel next week. Next week's guest, I should have had this ready, but me being me, next week's guest is the DayZ Community Hub. We've got them coming back again after they missed out the last time. So, yeah, we will see you all same time.
Oakwood Memorial Mall, right? DayZ Hub?
Yes.
Oakwood Memorial Mall.
Yep, Oakwood Memorial Hall. But yeah, all the best, everyone, and we'll see you next week. And good luck, everyone who's getting to play Sarkle, and good luck all the people trying not to watch anyone playing Sarkle. It's going to be a hard and a long 2 weeks for you all. I wish you the best of luck. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.